We are live now. I'll be sharing the screen. Hello, welcome to this live session. This is actually my life. First time going on live here on TikTok. So I go on YouTube, sorry. I'd like to share the link. One second. Okay. I'm trying to share the link to the live so that people can join. Um, Let me see how we can do that. I'll use my phone to check for the live link. Okay. So I'm trying to share the link now, and once we have at least 5 people, we start live. I'll still be sharing the live link later, so it won't matter if we have like a lot, but it would make sense if we have like a lot of people. That way, it gets to be like way interactive and not just me talking. Okay. Mm. All right, I'll soon be done. Okay, that took 4 minutes. Oh my God. So once we have about 4 people, join with me, we just start. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. I think let me find a way to see. Okay, I don't need to record. I'll just leave it on the page. Okay, so I think we have one more person join us, and I think we will just start anyways. And I will. Okay, please, if you can hear me, let me confirm. Okay, we have more people join us now. Please confirm if you can hear me. There is a live chat on your down left. Please just type anything there. Let me know if you can hear me. You can just say I can hear you so that I can go ahead. This is a very short notice live, so I myself I'm not expecting like a whole lot of people, but we can always share the video. Um so I'd like us to do like 15 to 30 minutes on this call. Um Oh, okay. I can see your messages now. All right. Thank you. Welcome, Madam Adetola Fabiyi. Thank you so much. You can hear me. So, I think we should just start now. We're already 10 minutes into the live. So we'll start now while we are with every other person. Um, all right, so let me start by introducing myself. So, hello, my name is Balikis Mustafa. I'm a mom. I'm a mompreneur. I'm a mom of three. A mompreneur as well, and I'm a community leader. Nice having you guys here. And firstly, thank you for filling our vote poll because it makes us understand where you need assistance in, and we are just able to come up with one or two things just like we came up with this live. I'm sure that for people that are not here right now, they can always come and watch this live session, and they can get one or two things that would help them in you know their endeavors, right? Okay. um so for me, these two topics that we are talking about, the back to school morning rush, and how as a parent you can balance business with parenting. It matters to me personally. You know why? Because I've been in situations where um we have like I have three kids, remember, and I have about two businesses at the point in my life while I was in Nigeria. And at that time, my kids were in the age of about three. I have like no 7, 5, 1 year old, and at that time it was very very critical for me because that's like one of the years in their life that they like need me the most, and I was running two businesses. When you run one business in Nigeria, you would understand that having two is by grace of God. So yeah, this particular topic is very very important, and we don't see a lot of people speak about it much because, to be sincere, it's not by um your power. It's just that determination and you having God on your side. So we are going to be talking about determination. What are the things that you need to be determined on that can make your days as easy as it can be, right? So let's go with the first one, which is morning rush during back to school. So I'm going to be spending about 5 to 8 minutes on this particular one so that we can move to the next one, because I don't want this live to be too long. We already wasted about 10 minutes already, So I'm going to be using a lot of case studies. I I feel like when you can understand, when you can relate with a particular thing, then whatever you learned from that thing, it sticks better and you're able to relate it with your own life, and that way you get to find solution, because to your own to how where the shoe is pinching you, you get to find solution to it, because being a parent, being a mother is not a one size fits a whole kind of a thing. You need to be able to relate to something that then you're able to like curate your own solution from that relatability, right? So I'm going to be doing a lot of case study. I would have loved that we have like more people here so that we can like resolve it together, like share um things together. That way we are able to understand each other. I'm trying to hello Discord. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Please stay on this live because I have some questions I know that you would have like very lovely um you have like lovely things to say about that particular question. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so the first case study I would give is, so I'm imagining that you're a mom with 3 kids. Most people have 3 kids in Nigeria now. I don't know why. But yeah, I think there are now less people having 4 or 5 and all of that. So let's cap it at 3. So you're a mom of 3 kids, and these your 3 children. They are in, maybe either they are all in different schools or two of them are in different schools. So for example, for me now, I have my 3 kids, they are in 2 different schools. So my older one is in a secondary school that is different from the school my primary kids go to. So now, and in the morning, let's say one of them can't find socks, another one did not finish or did not even do his or her homework at all from the previous day, and the last one is refusing to, last ones now, there is refusing to eat his breakfast by himself. He wants you to feed him, and you know that there's still traffic. For those of us living in a country where there's no traffic, right? So we'll have another assumption for you. So let's assume that there's traffic. You still have traffic to face. So this particular, you know, narration that I just gave now, is there anyone here that their day is similar, like what I just explained now? If your day is similar to what I just explained now, um, just say me in the comments so that I see I get to ask you something. So for the meantime, where we don't have anyone, I don't know why I can't leave this chat on my screen. It keeps on going away. Okay, so in the meantime, so I'll say something. Mornings are will always remain stressful for parents who did not take these few things I'm going to mention seriously. Number one, preparedness. Okay, Madam Miriam Dosumo, thank you for joining. So you said that your day is similar. I'm still going to ask you something. I'm holding you like this. So I was explaining few things that would always make your day or your morning super stressful. Number one, you are not prepared. You need to always be prepared for your day. Let's hang it there. Number two, you don't have routines. I know that most of us, we feel like routines makes
your life feel like you are over serious. I always feel like that before. Let me hold it there. I'm still coming back. Number three is you not regulating the emotional stress your kids give, right? If you don't regulate how much or how often your kids give you emotional stress, your mornings will always be filled with overwhelming emotions. And once your emotions is not in check, I think I have a video I've not dropped. I expatiated more on this, you know, getting your this starts with your emotions. Getting your emotions in check. Once your day starts with you already have too much basketballs here and there from inside, from your family, from your kids, from how your routine is, that day is already starting off as a chaotic day. So now that you've known why your mornings are stressful, let's now talk about each of those things that I mentioned on why your days are stressful. We talked about you being unprepared. See, there's nothing we want to do about it. Even if you have house help, eh? If you have house help, you have nanny, you have this and that, and you as the head of the whole operations, you are not prepared, you will still be having stressful morning, you'll be having chaotic morning. You need to prepare yourself. Your children, there are several things they would need in the morning. What are those things? You need to prepare them a night before. No matter how tired you are, if you have nannies or helps, those are things that you are supposed to inform them. They need to prepare your children needs. Their school uniforms already prepared, their shoes cleaned, prepared, like where they can easily just grab it and go in the morning. Their water bottles, the lunch boxes or food flasks they are going to be using, their socks, their what other thing do they need in the morning? If it's rainy time, their umbrellas or their raincoats, all those tiny tiny things. Their assignments are a night before. They should have done it, they should have packed it back into their bags. Their bags should be fully ready to just grab and go. Once this is number one, once you do this one, see, you would see, just make sure that consecutively in a week, try it. Make sure that you don't miss a day. Throughout that 1 week, you are prepared. A night before, you have brought out their uniforms, their socks, their underwears, their school bags, all of those things we listed that they usually need in the morning. You already brought everything out. In the morning, just you will just see how your head is fresh. Do you know when you wake up in the morning and you will see when everything is set for me, mm, the gushness, the thank you Mrs. Folade from Layo, thank you so much for joining this live. I've seen plenty of people I'm going to be asking questions. I don't want to just be talking. I want this to actually be very interactive, right? So you see you see our Madam Bemisola Fam Body. Thank you so much for joining. She see from your older sister. I'll tell you where I learned it from. Me, I grew up without parents, and most of my older ones, they've already shared us into different um people, relative houses. So I lived with someone. They are this kind of people that they call alakowi. We lived in Surulere then. I take care of. They have about two kids then, younger ones. I usually wake up, bathe them, get them prepared for school and all of that. So whatever I'm doing for my kids right now, I've done it for those children then. And this my aunt, these are the things that she does. And aside that, when I started having my own kids, I started learning new ways. I started reading. I started, checking what people that are purposefully parenting their kids, what they do, and I started integrating it into my life. So I'm just so glad for you that you had like a older sister that you could learn from. That's very, very beautiful. So as I was saying, that's number one. Preparedness is number one. Number two, we talked about you having um what was number two we talked about then? Let me check my notes. Yeah, having checklist. It wasn't checklist I called it the other time, but what we are talking about now is summed up into that. See, if you don't have routines, yes, I use routines. I wanted to use that routine because of something. I personally, when I was just starting this parenting, see, when people start having routines, when they start saying, I wake my kids up at 6 a.m. every day, I do this at this time, this is what we do at this time, I used to feel like, you people, you are too serious with life, you are too serious with this parenting, you are too this, you are too that. I used to feel that way. And I know that a lot of parents still feel that way, that some people, they are parenting too much, or they are making parenting feels like we that we are not parenting that way, we are not doing anything. I used to feel like that, but the moment I started accepting what parenting truly is, my life started getting easier. You need to accept that in this age and time, we need to actually be consciously, intentionally parenting our kids. Lack of routines will make you a scattered mom, a scattered parent. There's no two ways about it. And once your kids start realizing that their mom or their dad, they are not put together, they too, they will be taking that full step. I'm talking with experience. This is something that has happened to me before. I wake up anytime I like, I sleep anytime I like, and today I go for classes, tomorrow I don't go. I wake up, I do what I feel like doing. That's the beginning of living unhealthy life. You need checklist. I don't know if there's anyone here that have gotten I think there was a time I even posted it for free. Any of our check what's this like a guide. 1 second, let me check the name. Chats chats in that chat, there's something there. There's one of this that is like daily routines. Let them, you have your own, let them have their own, your children. You have, when you have routines, your life gets easy. Me, because I'm trying to get off phones or screens a lot, the ones I can, I'm trying to like get off screens as much as I can. I use that chat. I write every single thing I would like to do on that day. I write them according to how important they are. So if your morning routines is what you do first in the morning, most times we pray first. Put it there. After your prayer, you bathe. Some people do not bath in the morning. If it's bath, I'm going to be aligning according to mine. I pray, I bathe, then I start cooking. Immediately I put the first thing on the cooker, I wake my first son up because he's in school. He goes to school before my other kids. So I wake him up. He goes to go and bathe, brush, cream and get ready. While he's doing that, I go in once in a while to check in. Sorry, these children, they know what to do, but they will still. So I check him to make sure that, he washes his face properly. I help him bathe his back. Those tiny tiny things. When they brush, I still brush them the second time. So I try to check at intervals to see what is in at each time. Cream, I help him cream his back and all of that. While I'm doing that, I'm cooking. So as I'm doing me, I took it so serious that I go there to go and be ticking. That way, in my head, right, my head feels relieved when I tick that I've done this particular thing. I feel like, okay, I'm almost there. So if I have 3 or 4 things left to go, it just eases my head psychologically somehow, right? Have routines, the one that fits you. You don't need to follow somebody else's routine. You know the things that you need to do for your children to have like a good day in school and all of that. Put those things into writing and just make sure that you know as much as possible you are able to do the most important things. You don't even have to do everything. Sometimes, right, my children are supposed to take 2 meals to school every day because they have 2 breaks. On days that whatever happened, I give them 1 meal, and I always just make sure that I have snacks, things they can munch on. So I just put those snacks. Is either fried meat or um fried meat or chips, anything that could just substitute as meal. So every day does not have to be perfect, but at least strive to make sure that the perfect days are more than the days that you're just spinning it off, right? So now we've talked about prep before. A night before is a good time to prep. And then I just finished talking about having routines. Have your checklist. You are not being too intentional. There's nothing like being too intentional. And we need to realize that we at this time and age, in this 2025, intentional parenting or nothing, nothing, we should not come short, because a lot of things has changed from our parents time to how we were brought up till now, right? Another thing is role sharing. Let me explain role sharing. Role sharing according to your family needs terms. I always preach this thing. How my family works might not be, it's not even might, it is not how your own family works. How in some family, it's even the husband, their dad that baits the children, it's their dad that get them ready, how it works. If your own, if I'm permitted to use mine as example, because I don't know other people's one, and I'm going to be asking some people still on this. Yes, emotional overload. I'm Dalat. Thank you for joining this live session. So, um, I'm going to try and be checking the charts as much as I can. I'll be asking some. So I'm going to first use mine as an example. Then I'll ask someone else. Please, Madam Bumisola, be helping me type how your family routine works. So that way I have another person's own to use as an example. So let me start with mine. Because my husband sleeps late in the night, before now, he usually have time to like wake up with me in the morning and he does the school runs. But work has changed. He works deep late in the night, and I know that it would be unfair of me to ask him to wake up with me. So what I do now is I'm the one that wake up early enough to get the kids ready and prepared, right? I prepare them, bathe them. I actually don't even bathe anyone. I just monitor. My 6-year-old, he bathes himself. Throughout this holiday, he's bathing himself. So I make sure that I use holiday for all of those learnings. So they all bathe themselves. The only thing I do is I sit down and supervise for the younger ones, but because by then I'm done cooking and all of that, so I have time. I sit down with them and I'm just looking, making sure anyone, if you didn't wash your head well, I just tell you wash that head one more time. Or if you did not wash your face well, yeah, close your eyes, I'm here, don't be scared, wash your face properly. So they bathe themselves. What I do is supervise. I stay with them when they are done too. I Because I have one girl, one boy left, so I interchange their rooms, go into one room, check, okay, you are creaming, be fast. That one I go and wait with him, cream, he dresses up and all of that. So When we are done, I then wake my husband up to take them to school. I don't like taking the kids to school. I don't like that walk and all, or even if it's to go by car, I don't like it. So, and he already knows that I don't like it. He does that. He then wakes up and then they resume school 8:15 here. So I wake him 8 o'clock. He just stands up, take them to school, and come back. So that is how our routine works, and it makes me less. I'm not overly overwhelmed and all of that. So if how your own family is now, centered around, right? If it's that your husband is early person, if he can take care of the part of getting them dressed up, getting them prepared, if you cannot take them to school, or if you are like me that, oh, you're the one that would take care of the children, then your husband then take them to school, or if it's your team, you do everything, he has other things that he does, then it means that you need to have prepared yourself, right, in order to meet up with that time. So which is part of the time you wake up, the time you wake up, the time you are going to use to maybe walk or drive to their school. You add all of those time to your waking time, so that way your children don't go to school late and they don't go looking tired and all of that. So role sharing, you see that I didn't just role share with my husband, I role shared with the kids. When I mentioned that they bathe themselves, most of us, we like doing things, and this, I'm saying this because it has happened to me too. It was even my husband that pushed me to train these kids to be able to do things themselves, and I'm enjoying it now. We mothers, because we are like, ah, it's faster for you to quickly do those things yourself. You don't want to give your children work to do. I know that it takes them time for them to bathe for themselves, and me, I would have finished bathing you. In fact, in 2 minutes my daughter will be like, you're done. In 2 minutes I'm done bathing for you. But when they bathe themselves, it takes them longer time. I don't mind that longer time. I've added that longer time to my wake up time, so that way I have enough time to look. I've learned to be patient because of me. I will do it myself. Even in my business, if I give you one thing you are not doing fast, I will just go and do it myself. But with parenting, it's not like that. Until you let them do those things themselves, you watch them do it, that is when you're actually training them. Role share, let them also have things that they do, like they eat breakfast before going to school. I don't prepare breakfast. If you are taking, I make sure that it's something they can easily pour themselves. If it is bread and spread, they can do it themselves. That time I'll be dressing myself up, or I'm quickly doing stretches, so they will be eating their breakfast while I do that. Role sharing pertaining to how it works with your family, please don't forget. Now the last but not the least on this topic is time buffer. I was mentioning something earlier, but I did not expatiate. I will expatiate it now. If it takes me 2 hours to get my 3 kids ready for school, what I do is I add 1 more hour to it. Why? So to eat, that's 3 hours. It means that because my kids resume school, and the younger one they resume 8, it means that I need 3 hours before that 8 to be awake. So it means 7, 6, 5. It means I have to wake up 5 instead of me waking up 6. If I wake up 6, it will be too tight for me. I'll be rushing, and the moment I rush, I start forgetting things. That's when they will go to school without their lunch. Yeah, they were not now, previous before. We've gone to school, like we go to their school. That's when I remember that we did not carry school bag. I was ashamed of myself because what was my kids going to do in school without without their school bag? So, but if I have enough time that I'm not rushing, you would you will really have issues with maybe forgetting or even your children getting to school late, and missing assembly or missing first lecture. You will not have such issues. So time buffering is very important. if it takes us 2 hours to get ready and get to school, add 1 hour, so that everything you are doing it with ease, you are doing it with peace of mind. You are not overly stimulated, your head is not too, you know, here and there. Then how can you wake up early? Let me quickly shift that in. Is by sleeping early. If I don't sleep early, I'm a night person. I don't like mornings. But as a mom, especially moms without the luxury of helps here and there, maybe it is paid helps or family helps and all of that, you need to build that your strength to fit into your reality. You don't have the luxury of helps here and there, and you want to be. Thank you, Adetola Fabi. Thank you so much, Mama. Thank you for scribing. Thank you. So you need to build yourself to be strong. Let me quickly chip a story in. When I was in school, um, I used to see something. So when I see people um go to clubs, I'm part of the people that will stay by our room entrance and be admiring those ladies, like those the ladies in school that dress up in the midnight to go out, or even during the day they dress up, they go out. I'm part of those people that will stand by the door and just be admiring, all of the effort. And one day we have a law student in our room. She's a senior, so she also goes out sometimes, and she'll be like, you, I have my friend too. She's like me, and she's Miriam. She also will be. She does not admire. She will just be like, oh, what are they? Why are you watching them? What are they doing? And all of that. She does not fancy me. I like outing. I like all those things, but my situation at that time does not permit that. I used to tell that my roommate when she asked me that, why are you not going out? You like this thing, why are you not there? I'll be like, see, if I lost, there's nobody that will look for me. I don't have anybody that will look for me. No, none of my family even know the room I stay. They don't even know the name of my hostel. So how do they want to look for me? So I'm somebody that just stay where you are. Like nothing. If anything happens to me, nobody's coming to save me. So Yoruba will say anything only here on day going. That was my reality as at then. And what did I do? I lived up to my reality. I know that I'm not in the same shoes with all of these people. Even though I want what they are doing, I like what they are doing, I would love to do what they are. But I know that my reality does not permit that. So this is me saying that as a mom of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if do things that your reality permits, that fit into your reality, not because one person is, that person that you're seeing showing up every single day for their life, for their business, for their children, doing all of them. So you realize that a lot of them have nannies, a lot of them have housekeeper, a lot of them have this and that. So you cannot live in their own reality. You need to live in your own reality, right? All right. So now, um, I think that I've been able to, like, these are the major things, that the shifts that you can do that can make your morning less chaotic. And I'm an advocate of go at your pace. All of these things that I mentioned, it took me years to be at this point, right? I don't rush anything. I take it as my body can take. If you want to start with prepping in the night first, start with that. When your body can take more, add checklist and start, checking your list. When your body can take more, or when life permits, add role sharing, like that. Before you know it, in few months time, you will see that you now have all of these things in place, simply because you you are doing all of these things. So for the people that are still here, I have this to ask: what is the funniest or craziest thing that has happened in your house on a school morning? I'll start first. A school morning, we woke up and realized that what was on our meal table I don't have anything to prepare it. I have meal timetable that states what we are supposed to make for um school food, but I don't have what to use for that food. I think it was spaghetti, and I didn't have spaghetti at home. That thing destabilized me. I'm like, okay, what do I do? As a mom, you would know that one of the most things that can scatter your morning is food. Because for you to start thinking of what should I make, I started opening fridge. In fact, I opened the cupboard more than 50 times, just trying to see, okay, what can I put together to share and make something that is eatable. So tell me, yes, Madam Adetola Fabiyi, learn to live in your own reality, not in the reality of others. So please, while I continue, I'll be waiting. Share um funniest or craziest thing that has happened in a school morning for me. Share it. I'm going to read it out. Everyone, if you are still on this life, share your own for me while I move to the next topic. The next topic, we are just brushing it. We won't be talking too much on it because I think we've used about 30 minutes already on this call, and I don't want this call to be more than 45 minutes, right? I mean, this live session. All right, so now let's quickly brush on managing business and parenting. This is a very, very broad topic. That's why I said I'm only going to just brush on it. We will need like a full time to quality list out these things and discuss these things, right? um hmm. Let's use case study again. Let's use case study. If you use case study, you will understand more about a lot of things, right? So let's assume that you are a mompreneur and you run an online store. It means that you'll be trying to package orders, you'll be trying to market your products, you'll be trying to like juggle a whole lot of things while you have a toddler, and the toddler keeps pulling your laptop cord, pulling your hair, and by evening you have your husband to also attend to. Oh, let me massage my leg, things like that. And you still feel guilty that you are shouting at your kids, and or your business is falling behind and all of that. mm? If this sound like any of your reality, let me know. I have one person that talked about her own reality earlier that said, so we are still coming to you, right? We are still coming to you. Let me see. Here is Amdalat. That no, it's Miriam Dosumu that mentioned that. I don't know if you are still currently on this live. We'll come back to you. So if what I just mentioned sound like you, let me know in the comment section. Right? So now let me give you some points. Some pointer. For let's take from the guilt of not doing enough as a mom or a businesswoman. Hmm? How can you curb that? How can you curb that? Number one is time blocking. Time blocking. Use your time. I don't want to say choose your battle, choose your hustle right. For me, I have a time that I don't come online. If I wake up in the morning, there's a particular time that I come online. If it's not that time, you will not see me online. Simply because there are other things that I'm doing at that time. I would not use my school runs time. If you call me sef, I will not pick up because I need to focus on what I'm doing at that time, which is school runs. If I start picking the calls, oh, maybe customer wants to complain about, or maybe somebody wants to buy something, I will end up not feeling satisfied in both. Number one, I'll be distracted. I'm not taking care of my kids properly. Number two, the whoever that I replied at that time, I'm very sure that I won't give that person my 100%. And later, I cannot start regretting that, oh, maybe because I did not reply this person well, because I was taking care of my child, or because I wasn't concentrating well. That is why this business didn't go through. So time blocking is one of the most important tools as a woman, even as a man, as an entrepreneur, and as a mom slash parent. Time blocking, knowing what to do at each particular time, knowing which one, what matters to you at that particular time. If it is parenting that matters to you at that particular time, let's say 8 to 10 a.m. No, from whenever you woke up to, let's say 8 a.m. is parenting, stick to it. Leave every other thing that is not that. You will see that you will achieve more, you will do more, you would feel more fulfilled in whatever you dedicated that time for than when you are juggling it together. So you will not feel the guilt. Number two, how you can stop the guilt of not doing enough is outsourcing if you can. And outsourcing sometimes might not be money wise, because when I mentioned this on the page, some people start commenting, what about us that we don't have money yet to get a nanny? What about us that did them? Most times we hide under, oh, I don't have money. We hide under I'm not rich yet and all of that. But I'm telling you this, that every single thing is not money. See, outsourcing, if let me give a typical example how you can outsource without money actually. So in your business, you have one or two staffs. Things that does not require it to be you. Give your staff to do them. They are not there for decoration. If you have a sales rep, that sales rep should be able to close sales. If they can't close sales, train them to close sales. They should be able to pack orders, get it ready for delivery. Have the other staff be the one, in conversation with the logistic company that's picking up. Let them handle, put a system in place, structure in place for things to be able to run without you. That way you are blocking time for yourself to use on other things. Another thing that does not need money, your children, train them to be independent, train them to be able to do things. Stop trying to do everything for them. For me now, my older son, he has responsibility over his younger ones. I make sure that he has things that he's doing for his younger ones. That way, he's learning responsibility. He's learning how to be responsible. I tell him this, that you don't know it now, but you know it later. You appreciate it later. Because now you think that your mom just like wahala. She just likes stressing you. I'm sure that's what it is. But I know that I'm training him to know how to take responsibility. To know how to take responsibility in future, which is going to appreciate me for it later. If you like, don't appreciate it. But I know that there are some things that they were trying to teach me when I was young that I felt, these people are using me. They are being useful for me right now. Even if I don't call them to thank them, in my mind, I know what they've done for me in my life. I want to check the comments again. Right? I know what they've done for me. So please, don't carry all of your family, to-dos on your neck. Let, your children, you will not pay. If you train them, if you teach them, it will be useful for them in future. Let them do things as well. Let them feel responsible. Right? If you have money, hire help. Hire help. Nobody, no award, no nothing. In fact, You can hire someone that is cleaning for you, and the only thing you are doing at that time is sleeping, or looking like this, or watching movie, or just living life. It's going to save you a whole lot. That rest, that movie that you're watching, your brain will thank you for it because you are relaxing it. You are not stressing. So let me move forward fast. Another thing is prioritization. Not everything is urgent, but there are some things that are urgent, or there are some things that are priority that you need to do. See those ones, put them first and do them. Every other thing, like maybe making sure that your house is 100% clean, it is not by force, it is not compulsory. Your house only needs to be comfortable. It does not have to be 100% neat. It does not have to be sparkling clean. Thank you, Mama Aditola. Thank you so much. It does not have to be sparkling clean. I used to say something. If you're a friend of family or whoever you are, and you visit my house and you think that my house is not good enough, don't come again. It's not by force. Don't visit me. My own is that I'll make sure my house is comfortable because they say cleanliness is next to godliness. Yes, it will be clean. But I don't hold anybody for it to be sparkling clean. So if even that clean self, I clean it at my own. At sometimes it's midnight, I have the energy, like I feel like let me clean. That's when I do my thing. That's one of the perks of adulthood. Nobody is going to force you to do things, right? I don't do laundry. My husband does laundry, but I pack the laundry. Like when it's dried, the kids sort it out and bring mine and my husband onto my room. When they bring it to my room, I leave it there till I feel like yes, I have energy today. My body is doing me sweet thing. I go, I fold it back and I put it into my wardrobe. Before, I want my room to always be this, always be that. Immediately they bring the clothes in, I've jumped up, I've started packing, even with my tired body. After now, nothing concerning with that cloth until I feel like yes, I have the strength, I have the and I'll come and I do that. I do it at my pace. Nobody, don't put yourself under so much pressure. You are doing motherhood, you are this, you are still calm down. And when by the time I use all my strength to be packing clothes, to be washing plates, to be cooking all day, I'll now be shouting on my kids. Before they do one small thing, I'm screaming at them. They don't need that. And I realized that that scream is coming from tiredness. It's coming from stress. Anything that will stress me, that will make when my kids say something, I'm shouting. Or when they do small mistake like this, even a big mistake, if you break something, you don't need to scream at them. If they break plates, you just need to use it as a learning curve for them. And how can you be that sane enough to know that your child does something terrible and you use it as a learning curve? If you are overstimulated, if you are stressed, you first be shaggy. I once beat my daughter to stupor because she cut her hair with scissors. She was maybe 4 or 5 years old that year. She saw scissors on the floor and she just took a bunch of her hair and she cut it. I beat shaggy. After the whole beating, I was now blaming myself that beating was too much. What? She didn't even cut her skin, no, only hair that will eventually. The hair now is very grown. But I have done what I did. I had to apologize. It was even later in the years I realized that, and I still went back to it and apologized to her that I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for this. Blah 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 blah. So And that came from, the stress I was going through that day, the all the emotional boosts and all of that. I was boiled. So we need to clear our body, our mind, and soul so that we can properly parent our kids. So, last but not the least, giving yourself grace. Perfection is not realistic. Before, I always take myself that way. I think I'm a perfectionist. I like things done the proper way. I like this done this. I like this. It is not realistic. Give yourself grace. I know a lot of things that I wish to be doing right now as a parent, or even for myself, that I've not started doing. I've not gotten to that. I don't have grace over that yet. So for you, it could be some part of intentional parenting. For years, I struggled with reading story books for my kids at night, like when they want to sleep. They'll be like, "Mommy, come and pet me, come and pet me." I'll be, "I'm tired, I just want to sleep," or "I'm still cooking," or sorry, or what's the one thing? I have an excuse. I still struggle with it now, but before I would have been feeling so guilty, so sad about that. But now I've learned to give myself grace. I'm not doing this, but I'm doing that. I've not started this, but I'm working towards it. That way you are not blaming yourself for everything. You are not angry about how your life is turning out, how one person is doing better in parenting than you. You are not just overly stimulated about all of these things. You just know that, okay, what I make sure I do is, while I'm giving myself grace, I'm giving myself the authority to work on myself. I know that my kids need that connection, because when we read that storybook at night, they get to tell me things about their day. They get to tell me things that maybe they even forgot when we were talking normally. They get to remember some things, and we share those things, we talk about it. That is you getting, connection with them. So I always like to make sure that, okay, if they want to sleep, I shuffle, because they don't all sleep in the same room. Maybe I'm sleeping with my girl this night, I'll go to my boy's room the other night. That way, somehow we're able to like shuffle through, right? So give yourself grace. You are trying your best, even though you need to do more. But at this point that you are in, for you to even be on this life, it means that you are trying. It means that you are trying. So um this is me trying to wrap up as fast as I can. I'm going to be giving you a challenge. I want it to pepper those that are not on this life, or they didn't eventually watch it. So I'm going to leave it up for people to still get to watch after, right? I'm going to challenge you. Write out one task that you can delegate this week. One task each. One for business, one for parenting. Something that someone else can do for you, that you don't have to do, like necessarily you don't need to do it yourself. I need you to write it out. Write it out and share with me on the group. When you do, I'm going to be following you up on it to make sure that you eventually delegate that task. So this is between me and you, right? Write out that task and drop it on the group. Just drop it. I'm going to follow you up on it and make sure you eventually delegate it. Just think of something in parenting, think of something in your business or your work that someone else can actually do for you, right? So I'm going to quickly summarize, and I'm not going to even use my summary that I already wrote down. I'm going to be going through what my madam have what she scribed for us. Thank you so much. This is, in fact, you mentioned every single thing I've spoken about in this life. Thank you so much. So Let me quickly go over them. So the first topic we did today was how to manage morning chaos, right? So here we talked about you not having, if you don't have if you are going through lack of routines, your mornings are going to suffer. There is no two ways about it. um the emotional overload you're having as a mom, you know, is going to it's part of the things that is giving you um morning chaos. When you allow your kids or your family dump emotions on you that is not for you, it's going to affect you throughout the day. Don't go crazy, please. So what are the acts that I shared you prepping a night before. If it's your school uniforms, your kids school uniforms, even your own clothing. If like I have gym today, I picked out these clothes since yesterday. That way today I'm not thinking what should I wear. That alone, what should I wear, what should I cook, what should I there's some things that just gives you a headache by mere thinking about it. Try to remove that. Use time block. Sometimes don't be online at all. Even some days safe. Give yourself, if your business, if you have sales reps, you don't need to come online every day. Work with your family, do things with them, right? So block your time, or this time to this time. 6 a.m. I wake up 6 a.m. 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. I won't be online. Like, should be your routine. Block your time so that you are more productive. Delegate tasks. Delegate tasks to your family, to your staff, to your, delegate tasks as much as you can. You are not an island. Let people do things for you, right? um Outsource. If you have money, outsource. If you don't have money, look for free outsourcing. You have families. Instead of you people, you just be inviting us for owambe. Come and do weekend with me. Maybe that weekend you choose to clean your old wardrobe. They should come and clean wardrobe with you. Let me be fast as much as possible so I don't keep you guys too long. Train your children to take up responsibilities. Let them know how to do things. Let me quickly say this story. I'm going to make a video about it as well. So it was when I traveled this last time that I realized that I was actually training my kids, but I've never allowed them to do those things I'm training them on in my presence. And my husband said this thing that you taught them that they didn't do graduation and be freedom. Do you know that I wrote out what to cook and all of that for my son? He was, the one that we planned that he would cook for the house while I was away. I already made the stews down. He's only supposed to just make maybe rice, spag, pasta and all of that. That's how my son is calling me every minute, every second. Mommy, should I add salt now? Mommy, should I put oil in this one? I'm like, boy, I've taught you this thing 1,000,000 times. Until my husband collected the phone and said, collected the phone and said, you taught him, did he do freedom? Did he do graduation? It means that, has he ever cooked a full meal for me while I was here in the house? That was when my eyes peeled. I'm like, this is actually sounding true. I've taught him, but there's never been a time. There are sometimes he just cooks rice, sometimes he just, or they cook spag, or they make, even when they want to make, what's it called, pancake, I would have pre-mixed the ingredients. I've never actually just sat down and let them take the wheel and just do it. So now that I go back, I'll sit down and let them do the whole cooking. In fact, make the soups. In fact, I will not even say anything. Just cook, bring it for me. If it's not good, you are going to keep trying it. And we are going to be eating it like that. I've told my husband, we'll be eating the food like that till they get perfect. So yeah. train your children to take up responsibility. It will be useful for you. It's for your own good. All right. Now to the last. I think this is the last one I said is give yourself grace. Thank you, Madam Fabi. Give yourself grace. You don't have to have it all figured out like right now, right now. Even for me, I'm still yet to figure a lot of things out. I'm still yet to start a lot of things that I would want to start, or I want to start doing for my family, for my kids, and all that. But see, these few ones that I've started doing, I'm giving myself a pat on the back that yes, you're doing well, you're doing good. So that way, I know that I still have a lot of things to catch up on, but I'm still um I'm still doing the best that I can, right? So let me know. For anyone still on this call, what's your best takeaway? What I will always see it on this comment section, and I'd love to go through it later. What's the biggest takeaway from all of these things that I've talked about? I also need to encourage you for every small adjustment that you make. Eh, it strengthens your home and it strengthens your business. All of these things that we talked about, if you're able to like just take one or two from there, it is something. You don't have to take everything. It is something, and it's really going to show in your home and in your business. I hope that we are able to like take one or two from this, and yeah, I'll be expecting you to drop what I asked for. I'll be expecting to drop it in the community, in the group. Yeah. So see you guys, and have a lovely night. I've taken like 1 hour of your time. Thanks so much for staying. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. See you again next time. Bye bye.